Hello, Kate here, mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program to help you go from hamster to happiness, founder of Reading School of Reiki. Hope you're well and having the most amazing week. The time has shifted. This is your hump day happiness. The time has shifted, and it's a time when autumn comes in, the clocks go back and things shift. And some people relish this time of year and they love it, and others struggle. I'm a mixture of both. I far better now, if I'm honest, because I've learnt more about myself. And I've learnt that, when it comes to deepest, darkest winter, the sad lamp comes out. An extra TLC is required to help me get through the darkest days of the year on an energy perspective. And because I've learned that about myself, I can start preparing further in advance. And that's one of the reasons why we had the soul retreat day on Saturday, where it was about nurturing and love and just nurturing the soul, loving the soul, soothing the soul with tender, loving care, meditation, mindfulness, and honoring the energy system. And it was just amazing. And so because of that, I'm coming to you in a far better place than I was on Friday when you had the weekly message of love. And so my message to you really is that everyone has times in their lives, and everyone has cycles, and everyone has times where it's about, being the happiest person in the world. That's not what my natural happiness is about. My natural happiness is about learning to be happy with where you are right now. Yes, creating a vision for the future so that you can achieve your dreams, wishes, and goals, and learning to be happy with where you are right now so that you can come from a much stronger place to be able to move forward in life. And that's born out of the fact of me learning my cycles about where I am and helping others find their cycles to learn what, when are their times of the year where they need to give themselves more tender, loving care? Are there any anniversaries that always just require a little bit more self-care and self-love? Is there anything that in the cycle of your year where you need to just be kind to yourself and to say no to everybody else and be kind to you, because you may be having the same sort of thing? I know this time of year is always difficult, and I used to handle it by going to Turkey every year and going and sit in the sunshine. And because of climate change and not wanting to fly as much, I'm not going to say I'm never going to fly again, because I know that's not true, but I just wanted to fly less. I don't go to Turkey every year now, and I've learnt other ways to handle it, like the sad lamp, etc. So, and embracing it. And actually part of it for me has been embracing the darkness and embracing the fact that it's okay that I don't find it easy when we step into winter, and to learn to love the darkness around and learn to love the darkness in me as well as the lightness in me, because we're all shades of light and dark. And to, instead of trying to hide from it, loving ourselves for who we are. And that was reflected in me wanting to be in the sun the whole time. So, a couple of messages for you in this week's Hump Day Happiness. It's not about being happy all the time. So please release the expectation that you may have on yourself to be happy all the time, because it's not. It's about being happy with where you are now, and the happiest you can be in the darker times, if that makes any sense. I think the difference is now is I always know that there's a ray of light at the end of the tunnel, if you like, and I can always just see it a little bit, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So yeah, it's really magical. And the soul retreat day was perfectly positioned to fill our souls with love, nurturing, self-care and self-love, so that we can come from a much happier place. And I'm certainly in a much better place than I was last week. So yeah, that's where we're at. a vulnerable and honest post, but also just to say, you know what, we all have times that are difficult. We all have times that are difficult, and it's about learning to accept those and move through them, as well as focusing on dreams, wishes, and goals in the future. So yeah, I think one of the reasons I will share, one of the reasons why I find it particularly hard in October is we're coming up to Samhain, Halloween, where it's about honouring the souls who have passed in the year and honouring those. And you know, in Spain they have the Feast of the Dead, which is where they have a feast and everybody brings a photograph of someone that they love who's passed away, and everyone gets a chance of telling a story about that person and, you know, person or persons who have passed, so that they can bring the dead alive through storytelling, if you like, and remember them with love. And because that's what I like to do, is to, well, what is important to me is, you know, it's the time of year when the veil is the thinnest between the dead and the living, and it's about honouring the people who've passed away. And those who've been watching my video this year will know that my nan passed away, my beautiful nan passed away earlier in the year in February, and so this year it's going to be emotional for me, and so I know that, and to have the day where I selfishly put a day on for everybody to come and have a soul retreat day, very selfish of me. And so I'm feeling in a much stronger place to honour my nan as we move through into these next few days. And so, yeah, it's beautiful. And so that's one of the reasons why I struggle this time of year. It's the time when I really start to think of the people who I love who have passed away. So, and if you're thinking, oh, I wish I'd been on the soul retreat today, there was so much cool and it resonated that we're doing another one on November the 15th, Friday, so that people who have children at school can take the day off and come and have a retreat for their soul, nurture and love. There are still spaces available, so you haven't missed out. Just drop me an email on kate@mynaturalhappiness.com if you want to come along and join us. And be kind to you. Know that we all have times in the year where we find it a bit harder. And actually, one of the things that I value is I've now learnt to love this time of year, because it's an honouring and respecting and remembering and loving, and I've stopped running away from it. So I don't think I ever ran away from it. I didn't embrace it quite so much as I do now. And at the same time, whether or not I still think I embrace it come the end of the week, we'll see. But yeah, Hump Day Happiness this week is about sharing with you. You don't have to be happy all the time. That's not the expectation. That's not what my natural happiness is about. My natural happiness is about being the happiest you can, even in the crappier times, because you know that you've got someone there looking out for you. That's what it's about. So, this is your Hump Day Happiness for the week. Have the most amazing week. If you're stopping to honour Samhain, happy Samhain. If you are doing the Halloween thing, happy Halloween. And if you are closing the curtains and not doing anything, have the most amazing week. With so much love, Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program, to helping you go from hamster to happiness, founder of Rennie School of Reiki. Have an amazing week. Lots of love. Take care.